in this episode we're going to get back into some fiberglassing. Alright guys, sorry I haven't really been posting much lately. I've been waiting for some gel coat and some resin to come in so I can get back into the fiberglassing. So we're going to do a center gauge pod today. Tonight we're going to be waxing it up with the release. So it's going to probably take about an hour to do that. We've got to do 5 or 6 coats where we've got to apply it, let it haze off for about 10-15 minutes and then buff it off. It's going to take quite a while, and it is past 8:30 at the moment. I've been watching some videos on 3D printing and 3D printing molds. So once I get a piece from this, I'll measure it all up. I'll just measure up 1/2 and then I'll mirror it so it's symmetrical, because this is not. It's very hard to get these angles correct when you're just doing it all by hand. So yeah, that's the idea behind the 3D printer and doing molds. It's all symmetrical and perfect. So let's get started doing the mold release. So I'm not going to bore you too much with the process here, because I am doing it 5 or 6 times because I want a really good release. Now this is the surface that you'd see, so we want to use a wax. A couple of weeks ago I took this to work and cleaned it up because it still had some resin stuck on it when I did the forged carbon that's in the Forester at the moment, which isn't the best, which I want to redo. So the point of doing this is to produce a piece, fix the piece and make a better mold. So not only do actual forged carbon under compression, but also for plastic. So injection molding, because I would love to be able to offer like a OEM plus for you guys. So plastic, this is a lot of wax. I'm going to do both pieces, so we'll get it all prepped tonight. Come back in the same video obviously. So we'll get this circle motions, and we want to do actually the flange as well, so if anything gets on there it will release from there as well. Alright, you can see it's kind of hazed up a bit, so we're going to buff it off and reapply. See it kind of coming off. Got any chunky bits left on there. Rinse and repeat. Alright guys, it's the next day. Now, it's just all my fiberglass up here. That one there is carbon fiber. But I've just got a couple of long bolts from work that just get discarded when they come in. And now I've got it hanging up. And I can just pull it down and cut it. How good is it? Alright, so the GoPro wasn't playing up then. I forgot to charge it. So if you missed out, I've got the roll of fiberglass up here now. I've just brushed off here and bring the pieces over. I've only got 2 brushes left, so we're going to do gel coat and then we're going to do fiberglass. So hopefully we can get it all together tonight, bolted together and cure for the next 24 hours, and we'll pull it out tomorrow. So it probably won't be the best because I'll be pushing it. It'd be good if I had an extra one. Yeah, gel coat I'll brush pretty close to the edge, but the resin will probably fill in the gaps when I bolt it together. So we're going to charge now. But put you down, we'll start mixing up some gel coat. If I remember correctly, we don't need much. I think it's like 60 grams, it's not much at all. Both the gel coat and the resin call for 2% ratio for the hardener, which is this one over here. I use that one. I haven't even oh yeah, I have used it. So I use a syringe for that, or a plunger, whatever you call it. Just a medicine one. Gets it a little bit easier. So we're gonna weigh up everything on the old kitchen scales, digital kitchen scales. It's seen better days, but yeah, let's weigh it up and we'll brush on the gel coat. So I need to duck down to Bunnings to get a pourer for these 4 litre containers, otherwise I'm going to waste a lot. Alright guys, I'm back. Actually got more brushes, so we should be able to finish tonight. Actually got a different type of pourer. This is for paint. Let's see how it goes with the heavier liquid. Hopefully it doesn't fall off, because yeah, I'll be stuffed. But they're resealable, so hopefully it's going to be a lot cleaner. It was getting pretty messy with just the pourers, so see how that lid and pourer combo works. Alright, so before we start pouring any liquids, we're going to cut some fiberglass so it's a bit cleaner. So let's chop a strip off and get the patterns ready. Well, this isn't going to work. This inside rim here is different to a normal paint tin. Well, it fits on, but doesn't clip on. Ah. Right, so I've got 100 grams in there. So we're looking at 2 grams or 2 mils of the hardener, and we'll stir it up with the paddle pop sticks or isopol sticks, whatever you want to call them, a mixer, and then this is neutral by the way, so I can add colour to it. I probably won't on this, but usually you can tell I've got black pigment down there. Yeah, let's put some hardener in. So they give you way more hardener than is needed, which is great. So we're going for 2 mils. This is why I got it, because getting 2 mils in there would be quite hard. I'm actually pretty good at this because of all the kids' medicine. Alright, we're at 1.9. Two. Mixer. I've got the door open too, guys, for ventilation. Make sure we scrape it down. The best practice is to pour this into another container after mixing it, so we know that whatever's going in there is mixed. Get it over the piece. It's been a minute since I've done this. So last night I did 5 or 6 coats of wax. Alright, we've got the neutral colour gel coat in there. That's starting to cure a little bit. So we'll come back when it's touch dry and we're going to start using the resin. So we're going to brush on a light coat, then we'll start adding the fiberglass and getting that resin to come up through the fiberglass. Once I'm happy with that, flip it over, we'll flip that onto it, clamp it down, and it should be one piece when it's cured. Obviously we'll add a couple of extra bits in so it does fuse together properly, but I'm going to change up this particular mould, not this mould, but the gauge pod. I'm going to make a different mould. Alright, so we are at the tacky stage, so probably a few more minutes. So pretty much getting the resin ready to brush on. Something actually bubble, which we kind of don't want. So that means it could be bubbling in the surface. Alright guys, I'm about to pour out some resin, but to weigh it out, weigh it up, brush it on, add some reinforcement, and yeah, bolt it together and let it set. 200's a lot. I'll start with 100, which is what's there, because we can always make more. I don't want to lose product. So, right. So it's a light coat. So just a quick brush, then we put them on, soak them out. Don't want to use too much resin. Right, so I got, oh, that was 100. Anyways, I've learned to put these clips back on after the one that's over there that exploded and went off, and I lost about a quarter of it during summer last year or something like that. This resin's a lot darker than that batch, but it doesn't matter. Alright, just mixing up the resin. I find the resin goes off a bit quicker than the gel coat, obviously depending on temperature as well. Yeah, I mean, not too fast if this resin goes over and onto the flanges. So I am bolting it together while this is wet, so it will squeeze out. That's where the gauges will go through. That one's starting to cure. I'm going to do this one, clamp it on, and fill in some bits as well. So this is all mixed up. We'll brush this on just like before. So it's this point here that's going to fuse to this front section here. This is the part that makes the part sit properly. So if I get this wrong, like I said before, it's not going to sit properly in the car. So I can't go over that line. So yeah, I want to make this mold just a single piece. So I don't have to rush doing it like this. I know this will stay tacky for a little while. It's a temp in here, 21. Perfect actually. I'll try and pull that down a bit. Some dags here, I'll brush in. Get this together. Ah. Gloves off. parts. Yeah, more gloves. So I'm going to put a couple in here to join it. And then if I can, I'll pour the resin down into the front side now that it's all bolted together. It should be a nice solid part down there. So we'll just get these in half. Chuck them there, chuck them there. And turn around. Yep, it's alright still. So just cram it in there. Cram it in there. Like I said, I'm not too fussed about this bottom side anymore. And we'll do this one. Squeeze them out of there. So now the pieces are one, and we'll chuck another strip there, another strip there. And then I'll just pour it. I'll go into that void of the front. And then what I do to let it cure is I let it sit up. Alright, so we'll let it sit there until tomorrow when I come back from work, and we'll crack it all open and see how she looks. Alright guys, it's the next day. So as you can tell, we went over the edges, so I'm going to get the flap disc onto the grinder and just quickly buzz over that so we can release the piece. Otherwise it's locked in. Alright, we should be able to release the piece now, so we'll undo all of these bolts and see how we go. Alright, so all the bolts are out. Normally it's pretty easy. Get it apart. Normally just use a plastic trim tool. Wedge in there. Boom! Wow. Very good edge. I am happy with that. Then normally with this, see how it leaked down? So when I poured it, I can just push on opposite. Well, it did. This is pretty thin, I think. There we go. I think this was probably my best piece. Oh, no, see, we've got some voids. Void there, voids in there, void there. So this is the piece that I'll be fixing up and making perfect to make a new one. Cool. And there's the piece. We'll trim that up and start to massage it in another episode. Okay, so if you're interested in what I'm going to do next, be sure to hit that subscribe button and comment down below as well. Yeah. Let's get stuck back into the fiberglassing.